So my tea for today is organic green tea with cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, cloves, star anise, nutmeg, and black pepper. And the front of it has this, and the back of it looks like that. I don't know what the picture's going to be yet. The advent calendar I made for myself. There's a fibery, mostly fibery advent calendar. Has a whole bunch of 100% wool roving, and this is going to be my contrast color for the other fibers that are in there. It's very contrasting. It's my neutral. So this will be one ply, and everything else I get will be the other ply. And then in here, I pre-untied that knot today, so I didn't spend forever opening it. Ooh. That's very pretty. That's the cat. All right, I'll check back in with you later. Working on the cooking and the fire tending, and at the end of the day, all of the food that we've prepared gets served up in one feast for the people who are working at the museum that day. The volunteers and the staff members and the board members all sit down and eat together, and in part that's so that the food doesn't go to waste, but also it's a big thank you and an opportunity for the volunteers and the staff members to get to taste the foods that would have been cooked in the mid 1800s. This year's menu was a corn beer, which, while called beer, has nothing to do with beer. In fact, I don't think it worked. I don't think it ever worked. It was published in the Prairie Farmer, and it had an editor's note stating that the editor had not tried it and did not know if it would work. I brew beer. I see no reason to believe that, given those instructions, anything would have happened. Seeing as I made it, and it's here, I'm gonna play with it and see if I can't make a beer-like beverage out of it. But currently it's basically corn mash with some honey in it. And I think it's supposed to gather wild yeast, but the time frames that they gave themselves in the recipe wouldn't have produced an alcoholic beverage. It would have produced a safe beverage. I'm not sure it would have been tasty. The other things that we were going to be making tonight were a la mode of beef, which is like a beef with a bread stuffing that's cooked for absolutely forever, and then it is served with more of the stuffing done up in balls like dumplings, and a winter vegetable stew, a red cabbage and apple dish, which is actually quite tasty and something we make every year because, one, it's really, really easy, and two, people really seem to like it. We were also going to have a potato pie, which is basically, think scalloped potatoes without any meat, but done up in a pie. And we were going to have baked tomatoes, which are something that I actually, when I was looking at interpreting the recipes, I did camping one year, and my family just absolutely loves them, although I did skip a step. They are basically a breadcrumb and onion stuffing into the shell of a tomato, and then you cook it. The recipe that we were going to use this year talked about tying the tomatoes together, like back into tomato shape, and baking them like that. When I've made it before, I've left them as halves, and so the top gets kind of crispy and it's really good. So I was looking forward to trying this different interpretation. We were also going to do a proper plum pudding, exploring 2 different recipes through the weekend, and a gingerbread cake. And of course bread and cider, and kind of disappointed that I didn't get to do it. So there's that. So basically I've spent today fixing the hairstyle and getting ready and driving, and then driving some more, and then unloading my car. Change up what I have with me so that I'm ready for the next thing. I think, in the future going to experiment with some more 1840s, 1850s era hairstyles. Previously, I've always just done a center part and kind of had my hair draped down here, or if I was really not into it, because I don't like having things cover my ears, and that was very big in a lot of their hairstyles. Just putting it up in a bun and putting a bonnet on it and ignoring it. I'm really quite busy during these demonstrations, and that aspect of the reenactment is not as big for me, but we noticed. This is pure vanity. All right, we noticed that when I do a center part now, a lot of the gray hairs that I have are clustered right in the center, and it actually accentuates them pretty badly. I noticed my husband was giving me this like look. And I finally convinced him that it was okay to tell me what was wrong. And so he did, and that was what was going on there. So it's a little bit of vanity, but also I just got to looking at a whole bunch of sources last night, and I'm kind of interested, so I'm going to give it a try a bunch of different things. And I generally just wear my hair thrown up in a bun anyway, so I'm going to play a little, so you're going to see some more like vintage era hairstyles. And we'll see. So I got a ton of progress done on the blanket yesterday when I was not supposed to be here anyway. So I did about 2 cakes worth into it. Not quite 2, but almost. Maybe actually 2 and a little bit more, I'm not sure. I have cat hair. So that's cruising along. I'm gonna lay it out on the table tomorrow, and so I'll lay it out on the table and take some photos so that everyone can see it, and also so that I can measure it and get a better idea of it when it's not kind of laying over my lap being cozy while I crochet on it further. Really have to get one of these projects done. The sweater with its having to redo the sleeves issue is frustrating, and I'm really close on the socks, but they're not done either. And I have all of the yarn. It came in yesterday. Actually, I have it right here, so hold on for crinkly noise. I am going to do the Williams sweater for Bunny, and I got yarn for that. It is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, and this is sport weight. And so the body of the sweater is going to be in this, it's called Current colorway, and then in this white bear color is going to be the bunnies around the yoke. So that is going to be Bunny's, Bunny and Bunny. She's really excited. Christmas sweater. It is totally not going to be done for Christmas. We all know this. That's okay. I'm going to get as much of it done as I can. But I'd like to have Mouse's blanket and Badger's sweater done so that I can get onto this. They are all getting something else handmade, but I want to have started it so that she feels like I'm making progress. So there's that. I hope that you are having a wonderful December, and that everything is going well, and that your plans are not being rained and mudded out.